The epic and unbeatable at Scrabble. The Nerds with Attitude!
Look, I don't know if I'm ready to fly solo.
You gotta take the oath. I promise to do everything in my power to protect this city.
I promise.
You're Spider-Man. You can fix this. Your way.
This is my time now. My time.
Spider sense is tingling.
Man, y'all got the T virus over there.
No, I burnt bacon yesterday and I'm still feeling it in my throat.
Oh my god.
Again, for a second there, I thought that was a real thing. Jesus.
Good lord. Yeah.
No, you say something virus and then all of a sudden you got the what?
Oh, I'm gonna
but then I'm thinking about it. Oh, that's what.
I'm gonna keep this in.
Yeah.
I'm dopey. I'm dopey.
Welcome to the N.W.A, the Nerds with Attitude. I am one of your humble hosts, Shin the Hero, aka Walt. I am joined today with OldHunterRage, Isaac.
What up, everybody?
He is dying from bacon burps. That's what he's dying from.
Yeah.
We got AnimusPrime, JR.
Hello. Who thinks the T virus is real?
Don't. It's only for like a second. You hear virus, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, what? But then you hear the rest of it, and you're like, oh, okay. They're just being dicks.
And our fourth person, we don't have Noah with us today, but this gentleman has graced us with his presence yet again, Mr. JimmieMaxx.
Hello.
You sound dead, dog.
I was trying to act like somebody was sincere. I was trying to be like, I didn't want to be ridiculous. Not this time.
Not this time.
Not this time. I can be nice. I can act like civilized.
The video with you in the first one we did, the first little collab thing we did, it should be coming up over the weekend. It should be being posted over the weekend. Anyway, but today's topic, as you saw in the title, we're going to be talking about something near and dear, at least to my heart. I don't know about the other gentleman here. Spider-Man. Well, we're just not going to be talking about Spider-Man, because I could be here for like 7 hours just talking about Spider-Man in general. We're just going to be sticking with the games. We're just going to be talking about some of our favorite Spider-Man games. Because, if you didn't know, a game that's going to be coming out, I think it's like 4 days from now. Is it 4 or 5? Spider-Man Miles Morales is coming out next Thursday, I want to say, on the 12th.
Yep.
Or next Friday. It's either Thursday or Friday. I don't know.
Thursday.
But that's coming out, and that's the reason why we're doing this little talk right here. And with that being said, I guess we could just start this off with Spider-Man PS4. Marvel Spider-Man, the PS4. Have all of y'all played it?
Yep. I'm playing it right now.
Yeah, I was gonna play it later so I can have footage for this talk so people can watch it. I was gonna play it later so I have a recording. But so, what your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this game?
I got over 1,000 photos in my hard drive.
Yep. You and me both.
Yep.
I didn't have a lot of photos. I don't really like the games, not just Spider-Man in general, but I don't like the games where you get the photo mode thing. I'm not that type of. I guess that's for the younger crowds or whatnot, but I just don't care for the photo thing.
They're for the more artistic.
Oh, you just sound pretentious now.
Yeah, he does. The only time I went into photo mode,
Proud of my shit.
the only times I went into the photo mode is to get the trophy, and that was it.
There's a trophy for photo mode?
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta take all the pictures.
What?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's
I don't even.
there's a trophy when you go into photo mode. You go into photo mode, you take a picture, and then I think if you put some words or something on it, like if you edit it or something, you get the trophy.
Huh.
That's the only time I did a photo mode. And it was over there by the Avengers Tower. I jumped off the Avengers Tower, and at that 1 second, like how 1,000 other people have done it, where you're right at the A, and he takes the picture, the selfie picture with the A. I did that.
Oh. Okay, that makes
But other than that, I didn't really take pictures. Well, I'll take that back. There were 2 times where I took a picture. It was only between the loading screens. The one that I really liked was when he was on the subway, and when you met that other Spider-Man, the dude who was in the costume, and he's on the subway with you. I took a picture of that after the Sable come in towards the end of the game, and you're at the back of the subway,
Right, yeah.
and they're on the subway. I took a picture of that too. But other than that, I didn't really take a picture.
well, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I didn't. The photo mode didn't sway me or anything like that. But the game itself, like the story, I really enjoyed the story. The gameplay, which I gotta get back in. I haven't played this in a minute. Can you believe this thing came out like last year?
2 years ago.
2 years ago, excuse me.
Oh,
Yeah,
2 years.
2008,
Oh my god.
18.
Oh my god. 2 years. And it still feels pretty fresh to me.
It really does. That's
Like when they were coming out with the Miles Morales thing, and I'm like, already?
yeah.
Well, I actually didn't play it till they announced Miles Morales. I played the Game of the Year edition, and they could have got maybe 120, maybe $300 more out of me. 'Cause I ran through it so fast and was just like, no, I want more. I was like a real crack addict. I was like scouring the street looking for crimes. Like, man, can I find a Easter? Something.
Yep.
Basically, yeah.
So you did all the DLC and everything too?
Yeah.
I think I spent more money. I spent more money on this game than any game I've ever spent money.
Yeah, I might have to be right there with you because I got the I guess story time for Shin. I got the Spider-Man PS4 a little special edition one, the red one with the emblem on there and everything. I also bought the advanced suit itself. Like I have an advanced suit. I have a Spider-Man costume. That was one of my first ones. At first, when I saw the advanced suit, I didn't like it. I did not like that. I guess it was the how the red and the blue were, and then that big white spider. Like that was the big thing that was really taking me off. But like over time, it just it grew on me. I'm just like, man, this is actually a really good costume. This is a really cool costume. So anyway,
Especially when you see it in motion.
yeah, in motion, it's really dope. Anyway, so I dressed up as Spider-Man to go get my PlayStation 4, and I was the first person. Went to GameStop and everything, just walking around like Spider-Man and all that junk. If I remember, I will put the video in here so you guys can actually see that, because people did videotape me, took pictures with kids and all that jazz. But I also was the very first, instead of waiting out in the line, because I was the only person who dressed as Spider-Man, I got my stuff first. So I got my PlayStation and the game first. They gave me all my stuff first. Like they told everybody to go out the building because you had to have a number and everything. And I got there kind of late. And when I went up there, I was like, yeah, man, I didn't get a number. And then it was like, well, you know what? Since you Spider-Man, you can get your stuff first. I was like, what? What's up, man? So I got all my stuff first. And I think because I also got later on road, I also got the what was it? The iron, the metal case. I got that too. So I think I spent, with the PlayStation and all that, I think I spent the cool, and if you count the costume too, I think I spent the cool grand for this game.
Oh my god!
I think I spent the cool grand because I also bought it 2 more times for friends. So I was like, man, let's spend a lot of money.
Lord. Yeah. Meanwhile, he's getting his stuff early. I was one of the people that had to wait in line and watch somebody walk out of the store in a Spider-Man suit, not knowing it was him. I was salty. But now that I know it was you, I think I'm okay with it.
Speaking of suits, though, what are your top 3 suits in Spider-Man PS4 that you rock?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't remember.
I'm trying to remember.
Electric Spider. But it was
40 suits.
It is 40 suits. Well, my 3 is the event suit. I do like the event suit. That's my 3rd. My 2nd one that I would wear just before I unlock my favorite suit. My 2nd one I would wear was actually the what's it called? It's not called Spider-Man Noir. It's called something else. What's the Noir suit called?
It's called Noir suit.
It is called Noir suit? I thought it was called something else.
Spider-Man Noir.
I thought it was like Shadow something.
No, it's just Noir suit.
Oh yeah, well, the Noir suit is my 2nd favorite. And then my favorite is the Last Stand. The moment I got the Last Stand, I stayed in the Last Stand the entire game. Until we get the Ox suit.
Dang.
But that was my
It's really hard
favorite.
to choose.
That's my favorite.
It really, I think the most I've played would be the Last Stand suit, if I'm remembering correctly. But then again, I spent like most times with the other suits trying to get like a feel with how they look. Some of them I don't really care that much about. Like when I get the advanced suits, as soon as I get like another alternate suit, I switch to that one and I immediately forget about the advanced suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad about that because it's a good suit. I like the suit. It's just I like the other suits better. Like, don't dangle all these cool suits in front of me. You're just gonna... but the other two, I think the cyborg suit. I like the cyborg suit.
The big metal arm.
With the big metal arm, yeah. And then with the bandana.
He look like a Ninja Turtle.
It's so wacky.
Yeah, he does look
so
like a Ninja
wacky.
Turtle.
He's so wacky looking, and when he's on, when you see him in cutscenes, like you see him emote with the eyes, like that one cybernetic eye is like contracting, kind of like a pupil, and I thought that was pretty neat. And I think the other one was the Homecoming one. I just really like the suit. It's classy, yet modern.
All right. Jimmy?
Yeah, so I played like the fast part of it was just the cartoon suit.
Oh, okay. The comic one?
Yeah.
Or the Spider-Verse one?
No, not. Wait, you talking about the? It was an anime one. I like the anime one, but I was like just a comic Spider.
Yeah, the comic one, man.
But I just looked it up, and the first suit that I actually stopped when I got the stealth big time suit, the black and green.
Oh, okay.
I was like, when I got to that suit, I stopped at that suit. Like that's where I was at. Basically, the rest of the time, they would give me, I'd get more suits. Like it's just so. I don't know. I like green.
Any other
suits? Now see, I liked the negative suit when I got it. I don't know why.
I did not like the negative.
I liked it, but you know,
the negative suit is kind of cool.
It like in the cutscene, plus it light up. Like if you ever look at
it does light up.
It light the ground up. You can see the reflection. Like, alright.
Like I like the texture of it.
Isaac?
I'd have to say, I think my third favorite is the Last Stand suit, because the other jackets are just dope, especially on a Spider-Man. And now I have to pick two well, ironically, the suit I spent the most time in is not even on my top 3, and it's the Raimi suit. I don't know why I spent so much time in that suit, but
because that suit's awesome.
Well, probably because it felt like Spider-Man 2. It felt like I was playing the old one, and it's
oh my god,
cool.
So many people wanted that suit. I didn't care for it, but
yeah, the weird backlash that fans were giving Insomniac for not including that suit was disgusting to watch. It was toxic.
I mean, I'm really glad that it's in the game, but I feel really bad about how it got in.
Yeah. I don't know if I like the 2099 black suit more than I like the white suit. I like both of them.
Oh man, those suits make me mad. Those suits make me mad.
Yeah, with
no
the
cape.
black suit, there's no cape, which sucks.
There's no cape. And then they both look so shiny for some reason. Like,
yeah, they do.
I'm just like, why do they look like a holographic card? I don't understand why they look like a holographic card.
Because they're from the future.
That's not what the suit looks like, though. Even in comics or in games that it's been in.
I mean, you never really see them like.
And there's no cape.
Live action media, so
the cape is the worst part. Actually, you know what? I take it back. My number 2 is actually the Velocity. But looking at this thing again, I actually love this suit. Surprisingly, I feel like a lot of people don't like.
Now that
Yeah.
is it the Far From Home suit?
No, it's the Amazing Spider-Man 1 suit. With
Okay.
the yellow eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that suit.
So it's that one, the white suit that like is also in Miles's game, and they made he's not a Kamen Rider by any means, at least to me. He don't look like a Kamen Rider. He looks more like an Ultraman character. That's what he really looks like because of the colors and all that junk. But
isn't it called the Arachnid Rider?
Yeah, that's what it's called. But he's not.
Yeah.
He is not a Kamen Rider. That is not a Kamen Rider. That is not a Kamen Rider design. I promise you, it is not a Kamen Rider design. I am well versed with Kamen Rider. It is not a Kamen Rider. He might look like an extra Power Ranger. He might look like a 6th Ranger, but he is not a Kamen Rider. That's not Kamen Rider.
He's even got a crown. So yeah, it's definitely Ultra.
But it is what it is. He showed me. Isaac showed me those, and I guess the word just said. I'm not. Picky wouldn't even be the word. I would say traditional, I guess. And those suits, both of those suits. I mean, the Amazing Spider-Man suit is fine. When I first saw that suit, that was pretty cool looking. But those two suits, it's the white that really throws me off. Because I guess it looks like you're supposed to be in the Avengers Endgame, basically, when they're going back in time and all that jazz. It's based off those suits. And it's one of those things I have to see in motion. And then the Spider Rider suit, I really don't like that one. I think it looks ugly in my honest opinion. But that's another one of those things I have to see in motion.
Yeah, I like the coloring.
I think the Rider suit actually has like a specific coloring to it, where you know how like they did with the comic book suit and everything. I think that one's specifically like hard cell shading or something.
Okay,
at least
question.
That's what it looked like.
Is this supposed to be for Miles or for Peter?
This is for Peter. It's for the remake. Yeah, it's for the the remake or the remaster. They're adding 2 new suits for that for the PlayStation 5 port, basically. I don't know if the PlayStation 4. I don't know if PlayStation 4 is getting. Oh, they are getting these suits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the advanced armor is also Peter's.
Yes.
Okay. Because I saw some black in there, and I thought, oh, that's a cool look. Yeah, but then I saw the spider symbol, and it looks too much like Peter's in the game. So.
Before I let the floodgates out on all Spider-Man games, let me ask you: were there any fun boss fights did you like in the game? Or any side missions that you had like, besides just because I could just swing around for hours, not even doing nothing, just swinging around. But like boss fights for me, I really like Shocker, mainly because I like Shocker. But I like the fight when you fight him in the bank. I really like that fight. And
I think that's the only time you fight him.
Yeah, I mean,
well, you chase him
that
once,
is.
and then...
Yeah, you do chase him once, but like the boss fight in general, when you fight him in the bank. And then, besides the scene where the Sinister Six become the Sinister Six when they're at Rikers.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, the only other thing the side missions I kind of like the stealth missions. Not gonna lie, I really like when you have to not the stealth missions per se, when you have to play, because I hate it when they force you to play with Miles and Mary Jane. I hated those parts.
They slow it down so much.
Those were like the worst parts for me.
And they were overly complicated. Like, if you're gonna make me play it, don't make it complicated too. There was some parts playing with Miles Morales when I was in Chief still. Because
I
I
kid you
was
not.
obviously not doing, I'm a little retarded from time to time. So some of the things weren't very obvious.
I started playing the game again because I wanted to play through it at least once more before Miles' game came out.
Yeah.
And I got to the part where MJ has to investigate the art gallery, and I stopped. I was like, I really don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Let's go back to my other save file, and I'll just swing around for an hour.
that felt like a goddamn chore. Anytime you have to play with them, the rhino chase thing with Miles, I hated that. The little him sneaking through that little alleyway to cut to the get to I think Feast. I think that was the part where he was going to.
Yeah.
To get there, that was terrible. The freaking MJ Osborne penthouse thing was terrible. Anytime you had to do those stealth mission things or not be seen missions, those are the worst. Those were the equivalent to me as every time I had to do tank battles in the Batman Arkham Knight.
That's you know what? I agree with that. Because I'll give this. This is completely off topic. Tank battles were fun at first.
Yeah,
Playing
at first.
Mary Jane and Miles Morales is not fun at all.
Okay, I gotta say, I like stealth section in games in general. I agree that these stealth sections kind of slow the pacing down, but as like a stealth mechanic by itself, I'm like, I kind of like it. I'm not overjoyed that it's yeah. But that's not what you're here to play when you're playing Spider-Man. Yeah. You don't want to stealth like all the time. You want to like web up some fools and knock some.
You just hide in the roof and like pull them up to me.
Yeah,
man.
Exactly. Like, if I want to like go behind somebody and like stun them or avoid people altogether, I would play Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah. I wanna shoot my trip web from afar and just watch this dude get sucked on fire.
The wheel was OP as fuck. Like you just throw him anywhere.
Just face plants a dude right into like a beam. Like an iron beam.
I'm gonna kill him.
That's another thing. Spider-Man, there's some Spider-Man was straight up killing people. In this game.
I know I killed him. I killed him.
He may not admit to, but yeah, a lot of people died.
It reminds me of the Arkham games, like when, especially in Arkham Knight, you're in the fucking
in the Batmobile,
and whenever you hit somebody, they get shocked and then they get incapacitated. I'm like, they are not unconscious; they are fucking roadkill.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what's happening in Spider-Man. Like, he punches somebody with the proportional strength of a spider. You don't think his head's gonna fly out of your face?
His uppercut makes a regular person go like 12 feet in the fucking air. And then he come up there after their
And not even like, he might not kill them on impact, but you know how they do the thing where if you knock an enemy off of
and then it automatically webs them.
Yeah, that sudden stop and flip to a building will kill them.
Also, that's kind of a dick move for the police. Like, how are they gonna fucking get them out of the side of the building?
Well, not just that. They're like, I don't know how long it takes for the webbing to disappear, but if the police
Oh,
don't
God.
show up.
It
before
normally
the
takes an
plan
hour. At least
disappears.
canon-wise, it takes an hour. Canon-wise, it takes an hour for it to dissolve.
I hope the police get
Fucking
there within an hour.
That's canon-wise.
I feel him. Break his neck.
This is another, and these are small little nitpicky things about the game. Like some of the crimes that happen, I like a lot of the crimes, but some of them happen in the most nonsensical place. Somebody's getting mugged on a rooftop, like this giant building. What are you doing up there? There's nobody else up here.
Here's my understanding about like somebody getting attacked on top of the fucking roof. I think it's when like we hear the discussion they're talking and the guy that they're mugging is like an informant or something. Like he's snitching to the cops. And they just bring him up to like deal with him where nobody else could see him.
Well, that makes a lot more. But then there's also drug deals happening on
the roof too.
Huge roof. And I guess the explanation for that one is like, well, if we're gonna get high, we might as well do it.
Might as well be as high as we can.
Yep.
Line up Cloud 9 on the 90th floor.
It's just ridiculous. And that's just, Spider-Man game mod I find hilarious. Or when you have to stop a car and you throw the driver out and the car continues to turn a corner while you're trying to stop it, that's funny to me.
Oh my god. I mean, would you rather just crash into like a fucking building?
Hitting people in the
I mean,
head with mailbox.
if you fail to stop it and then crashes into a building, that would be cool.
I mean, yeah, but there could have been like a mechanic where you can like web the side of the road, like a certain section of the road, so that like in the original intro for the Spider-Man cartoon.
Yeah.
Where he just spins a web and then an entire fucking car just like sticks itself on the web.
Fly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly like a fly.
Like, wow.
Technically, he did do it with a helicopter.
With a helicopter. Yeah.
Right.
Wow. Could have done the same thing for humans and cars.
Did y'all?
It would have been better than just mashing the square button and carrying the fucking thing.
Did y'all get the feeling that damn it, I can't think of her name. I'm finna say Watanabe, but it's not. That's not Watanabe. I know she's Asian, but his basically Commissioner Gordon. Ah man, it's gonna kill me.
Yeah,
I can't remember her
Yuri
name.
Watanabe.
Yeah, Yuri.
Yeah.
It is Watanabe.
Yeah,
Okay.
Watanabe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do y'all think? Do for one fun fact? Yuri and Peter are actually married. The voice actors are married.
Really? Oh, I was
yeah.
like, wait, what?
Yeah, Yuri Youngthal, the one who plays Spider-Man, also Ben 10, is married to the voice actors who played Yuri herself.
Oh, that's nice.
That's sweet.
But speaking of that,
I hope he does the Spider Cop voice when he's
oh man, I was gonna get into Spider Cop. That is like some of my favorite. I wish they should have did a Spider Cop costume.
I know.
That was a missed opportunity right there.
They brought it up in comics.
They did in the second Spider-Verse. He's got a hat. He got a cop hat, a tie, and a mustache on his Spider-Man.
Mustache for his mask. I saw somebody do a cosplay of it, or not that specific suit with like the mustache and everything, but they did a cosplay where the suit was all like dark blue, to resemble a cop outfit. He was wearing a vest, he had the hat, and instead of webs, he shot out caution tape. which I want so badly.
That's pretty cool.
That would be so cool.
But did y'all ever get, especially in the DLCs, did y'all get those feelings where this man Spider-Man was trying to get his own harem? Like, because it felt like there was chemistry between him and Yuri. I'm not gonna lie, I hated MJ, but there was also chemistry between him and Sable, Silver Sable. Y'all didn't get that?
Black Cat, who's still
and Black. Yo, when Black Cat showed up, boy.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Shit, get it.
I was just about to ask.
Something we can agree on.
I know, right?
I would agree. Yeah.
That took me by surprise though when Black Cat showed up. I was like, Black Cat's in this? Man, her costume looks dope.
Oh, shoot, speaking of, the suit that she gives Peter,
Yeah, Dark Spider.
badass. That suit's
Damn, I
incredible.
forgot all about that suit. I love it. I think he only wears
I
it
have a-
once in the comics too.
In the comics, he wears it. I think he's dead at the time. isn't he?
Yeah, it's like he doesn't get it from Felicia in general, but like he's like dead. It's almost like a alternate universe type costume type thing, and he's a lot more aggressive and stuff. It's almost like he has a symbiote or whatnot, but yeah.
I just remember seeing that costume in like one of the Deadpool Spider-Man crossovers, like when Deadpool kills Peter, and when he came back, he had like that suit on, and I'm like, where the fuck did that suit come from?
Yeah,
He was like, he was noticeably very aggressive against Deadpool, which I could understand, but even more so than usual. I was like, okay, just lay off him for a second, jeez. And then I see him with the claws, and I'm like, oh my god, that's badass.
The only suit that I wasn't familiar with or costume was the Ghost Spider one, where he looks like Ghost Rider. That was the only one I wasn't familiar with. I had to actually look that one
I
up.
remember reading about that too. Like me and Isaac read this, and that story was pretty fucked up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Basically, it was from an alternate Spider-Man who was like the #1 strongest hero. But in order to, and he had a cape.
I know about that Spider. Yeah, he tricked main universe Spider-Man to come to his universe. I didn't know it was that one, but like he tricked that one to come to his universe to take his power because he was taking Spider-Man's power.
It was Uncle Ben who was the evil master.
Yeah. That one too.
But at the very end of it, like when that Spider-Man was realized that I need to ditch this my persona. I'm gonna go as something else, and he was like, "As what? Ghost Spider." And I'm like, "You look awesome, but where did Ghost Spider come from?" Where did you get the spirit of vengeance?
Yeah, what I know is he died and he had regret and everything, and then Mephisto shows up and does what Mephisto does, and basically gave him the ghost, the spirit of vengeance thing. That's why, and he's kind of like cursed. He has to be like that until like atone for his sins and all that jazz.
Yeah, now that you say that, and now I remember it. Uncle Ben almost killed him.
Yeah.
Back as the Ghost Spider.
We'll move into the DLC. Does everybody hate Screwball? Yes? Okay.
Yes. No. Oh my god.
Of course you
got a headache. Just
No,
so
crazy. So like,
She was a tad annoying.
Yeah, maybe. Just a little. It was exciting.
Y'all what?
I was running through the game. I was happy for anything that I didn't do it.
I like her challenges. I just hate her.
Yeah, the challenge got pretty much hard.
Yeah. I hated Screwball with a pass. The challenges were fun though. The challenges were fun.
Yeah.
That made you.
It's just I don't want her screaming like, you could do better, and I'm like, I'm trying. Fuck off. You bitch. Why don't you come down here and do it yourself? Why don't you come out here and do it yourself? Get your own wife.
There was so much raw emotion in the word bitch. The way he said it.
Well, let's close this off for Spider-Man. Unless y'all guys want to continue on with the PS4. Y'all want to say anything else on it?
Not really. It's great. Go buy it. If you haven't played it yet, go play it.
Yeah, get the Gamer of the Year edition.
Yeah, the Gamer edition is the best deal. But seriously though, I think I'm gonna play it again one more time. No, I'm about to get this novel.
Yeah, like the things I heard about that is it's not a direct. Yeah, it is very short. It's not a direct sequel. It's not a direct sequel. Like from what I heard, it's like 12 to 15 hours. That's if you're trying to platinum it. You're trying to get everything and everything. It's about 12 to 15 hours. But like the story itself, I think is like maybe 2-3 hours, if that. It's a very short game. That's also warranted for the price it is too. But
yeah.
But like it's supposed to hold us over until the second one comes in. Which the reviews I've heard, they are, from what I understand, they are teasing that the second one might actually have co-op in it.
With the new hardware, we might be able
that's what I believe, and you might have the choice between Miles and Peter, and they're both saving the city and whatnot.
That actually explains the character change for Peter, honestly, because that makes no sense.
Oh, Peter's out of town. He went some job thing with Mary Jane.
No, in the remaster.
The
remaster got different guys.
You're talking about that recast. That's what you're talking about. That recast.
They swapped them out like Aunt Vita.
I still don't understand. I think they swapped Did they swap out Mary Jane too? Pretty sure they did.
Yeah, like almost all the characters look very, very different. Peter is specifically very different. He looks like Tom Holland, basically.
Yeah. Tom Holland.
I hate it that they try to make it more like the movie counterparts. If I wanted to see that, I would have watched those deep fake videos, which are actually pretty good.
But well, with all that, let's go into some of your favorite Spider-Man games. Like before this game came out, Spider-Man 2, yeah, sure, the web swinging is cool and all that jazz, and yes, you can die at the beginning of that game and all that. With the quick time events, if you don't hit it right, that's cool and all. But like Spider-Man 2 was my favorite Spider-Man game of all time before Spider-Man PS4 came out, or Marvel Spider-Man. My favorite Spider-Man game of all time was Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. Damn it, the time one. Yeah, Edge of Time. That's the one that I like, because that felt like the Arkham games to me. That one felt like the Arkham games, and the whole time I was playing this, I was like, "This is the next Batman Arkham game right here." they can do a Batman Beyond and Batman. Oh my God. Why won't they do this? But like the end plot was terrible. The last boss was terrible. It didn't make no goddamn sense. But overall, the gameplay of it, the story up until you find out who's the main bad guys, is pretty good. The controls and everything, I really like that one, and it piggybacks off of Shattered Dimensions basically, because they reference that.
I haven't played either.
You haven't played Shattered Dimensions or
Edge of Time? No.
Now these two Spider-Mans are ones where they don't. It doesn't really go off a lot off the web slinging type thing. You're more in a closed space, and you're basically doing one thing. It's like aside a building and everything, but you're swapping back and forth between Peter Parker and Miguel O'Hara. And the cool thing also was the voice actors. Peter Parker's voice actor was Josh Keaton, and who was the voice actor for Spectacular Spider-Man, the best Spider-Man animated series ever. And then the Miguel was Christopher. I can't remember his last name, but he's the one from the Spider-Man 90s cartoon.
Oh, okay. Wow.
That was one of the biggest things that really drew me in for that game.
So this is kind of like this game, or both of these were like hack and slash type Spider-Man games.
Yeah.
Instead of having a sword, you know. I'm surprised I never played them because, frankly, every time I look at them on the shelf, this was around the time when I believe this was when Activision still had the license for Spider-Man, and those games were becoming increasingly harder to find. So they were always upwards of $30 shelf, even pre-owned. I was like, I don't have that kind of money right now, but that was young. Now I can afford it, but we're not talking about that.
Yeah. Like, I remember I played Shattered Dimensions, and to be honest, I was not really that impressed with it. Like gameplay-wise, I was not really impressed with it. Like, I was expecting like a lot of web slinging, and I was kind of very disappointed about that. But I know that's not really the main thing about this game. And if Edge of Tomorrow was like the sequel, was it the sequel or was it just a?
I think it was, yeah.
Okay, if Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, it was like a sequel. It was kind of like a pseudo sequel.
Yeah, if that was like the sequel to it, and it had like the same kind of gameplay, I was like, yeah, no thanks. Like, it's interesting story, interesting concept, but not really my thing. I just stayed away from it.
Surprisingly, Shattered Dimensions was the first time I ever saw Spider-Man Noir.
So was my. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
was
wasn't
mine.
aware of him before the game,
Yeah.
but obviously it made me be like, wait, that's right.
Yeah, a lot of people. That was a lot of people's first
Yeah.
first introduction to Noir.
Not only that, it was also my introduction to the Mangaverse, Spider-Man.
Oh,
Like I first saw him and I was like, what the heck is this? And I'm looking at the synopsis for like the different suits, and I see the Mangaverse. I'm like, oh my goodness, this exists? That's so cool. And that was the only time I was like very excited about what was happening in this game. Everything else was kind of boring.
I think for PS4 game came out, my favorite Spider-Man game was Web of Shadows, PS3. Which, honestly, I went back and tried to play it like a couple weeks ago. It's not great, especially because I was trying to do all like the the web mechanics from the PS4 game, and I wasn't doing any of it. So, and then I think really the big thing about Web of Shadows, which I'm a huge Venom fan, and the black suit I love also, and the sheer power you feel when you have the black suit on is one of my favorites. Not to mention all the like you get alternate endings and stuff. If you play in the black suit for most of the game, by the end you take over the whole city. You have an army of symbiotes. I think Black Cat is now a symbiote too, and she's your quote-unquote queen. And the rest of the citizens of New York are like being kept out of New York by you. Terrifying.
Yeah, you also rip a Wolverine in half.
Oh yeah.
And then
I thought
that's part of the dark ending. They go back and get him, and they keep him as a symbiote to go hunt you down. It's like, oh, that's cool. But yeah, the good ending, I think everything's fine.
Yeah,
something like that. But him ripping Wolverine in half, I think, is one of the things that gave me the biggest laugh in the game, because the next shot, he rips him in half, and then like the very next shot is Wolverine laying on the ground, but his feet are coming in from a different angle in the shot, and it looks like his head is in between his legs. So I was like, wow, I actually just ripped him in half. That's bizarre. That sucks.
And then he had like a legit angry voice, like, I'm gonna kill you, and I'm like, I would not doubt that. I would not doubt that. I should just like throw you in the ocean or something.
I can't remember if you beat him in the red suit. I think you just talk him out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the black suit.
Also, he asks you. Also, when you fight him, he asks you questions that you have to have like. Very certain. Knowledge that,
like, I really like the concept of that one. Be like good and evil, like, and the choices when you're going through the game, they really matter.
Right.
Depending on what you pick.
I love games.
But like the game itself, and then the story, kind of, I didn't necessarily like jive with. And then like you said, it does not hold up. It does not hold up.
It does not.
Everything,
Especially
like the gameplay, the gameplay is great. The voice acting is garbage. And I think the only good voice actor in the game is the guy who does Wolverine, because it sounds like he's supposed to be Wolverine.
It's Steve Bloom, I think.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can hear it now.
Of course, he's always been like the voice actor for Wolverine.
Not always. Like it started.
I mean, not all.
The Wolverine and the X-Men thing.
Yeah, I mean, not always, but he's like the good, like really good one.
I will give it this also. I think Web of Shadows was my first introduction to Moon Knight, who I'd never seen before until I played that game.
Moon Knight
was such a random.
Luke Cage is in there
introduction.
too.
Yeah, that was also my first introduction to Luke Cage. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Like he gets shot at so much and all these bullets just flying down and he's like cracking his knuckles like, alright. Who's the bitch ass I'm gonna beat up next?
Who the fuck is this guy?
Oh yeah, and the vampire dude. I think he was also.
Yeah, Morbius or Blade.
Yeah.
Was it Blade?
No,
or
it was
Morbius?
Morbius.
It was Morbius.
It was Morbius. Yeah, that was my first introduction to him.
Because I know a lot of street level dudes were in there. I don't think Daredevil's in there, but I know a lot of street level heroes were in there.
Yeah.
God, there was
Like,
there's a lot
imagine
to
if-
love about that game, but
I can't overlook the voice acting. Like I can't.
Yeah.
It's too terrible. Like Peter's voice grates my ears so bad.
No, Eddie. He sounds like
Oh my god! I was just
downtoned Mario for some reason. It's really bad. That's why anytime I play it, I have my volume down. I'm listening to something else. But I think the combat has probably some of my favorite stuff because like the whole what's it called? I can't remember what the mechanic is called. The web
I think
strike
when
thing.
he like, yeah, like when he you target an enemy and no, it wasn't like targeting it, but you web at an enemy and then you press a button and then you just like you go directly to where he was and you can actually chain that.
Yeah, I love that.
And
that's one of my
yeah,
favorite
that was
things ever.
especially when you're like web swinging through the city and you see them like on the side of the buildings, and then you could just web strike them and then just keep doing it until they're all gone.
That's a wall combat was a big thing in this game, which is something I had never seen in a Spider-Man game. Wall combat was dope. Like some of the combos he does on the ground and on the wall are just so cool.
Yeah. I think also like slide from his knees like on the side of the building, like,
Yeah.
which should be extremely painful because of all the bumps and all the window hinges there.
He just has like web padding on his knees when he does that or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but I love doing that. Like just webbing when you're web swinging and then you're trying to go over a building, but instead you just instead of just running up there, you're just you're just sliding up there.
And then you go flying off the ledge.
Yeah.
Oh.
That game is pretty fun.
It's fun now if you don't web. You just run everywhere. But you can't do that because the city's too big. So,
Another game that I kick myself to this day, and I haven't played till this day, is another one of those hidden gems that people are always talking about. Is Ultimate Spider-Man. I haven't played it.
I played
I
the Ultimate
played-
Spider-Man.
I played the Game Boy version, but not the actual like game. Was it
The
GameCube?
PlayStation. I think it was on everything, but I remember for PlayStation 2.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on
Okay.
everything.
Yep.
Okay.
Ultimate Spider-Man was if I remember correctly, although I don't know if I remember correctly, I think that one came out after Spider-Man 2 because they definitely like used the web slinging, from Spider-Man 2 at least, and
Yeah.
did just tiny upgrades to it and such. I have a what is your least favorite Spider-Man? Like the one that you hate the most?
Spider-Man, friend or foe?
No!
Oh, don't say that. Oh, I love that game.
I remember me and Isaac played
I was
that
so
when we were-
disappointed. Man, look, y'all just don't even know. I had it on Xbox 360. I was so disappointed in that game. But I did play it, and I convinced other people somehow to play it with me.
Oh,
But-
man. I have such distinct childhood memories of playing that with JR.
Yeah, like I was he was always Spider. So I thought that was but I played
I
as
thought
well.
it, yeah, it's actually not fair. That's terrible.
Who
was
owned
playing
the
as
game?
all
Who owned the game?
I did. It was me.
Well, then,
Oh, maybe
there
it
we
is
go.
then.
Share, but I actually enjoyed playing as the villains, especially Doc Ock, because he has like
The
this,
villains? That was like the
Yeah.
highlight of the game for real.
Yeah.
Because all the
Yeah.
heroes suck.
Well,
Spider-Man
like-
was the only good hero.
I think that game was my introduction to Iron Fist. I'd never seen it before until
Iron
I
Fist
played
was
that,
kind of dope.
and Iron Fist became one of my favorite heroes. Like
He was kind of dope.
so cool. I can't believe you hate that game though.
Man, look, 'cause
Oh, it hurts.
I was like, oh, new Spider-Man game, you can play as the bad guys. Like, oh yeah, this is gonna be the best game of my life. And I got it, and I put it in, and I knew immediately that my hopes were shattered. Like, this is not what you was paying for, right?
That's messed up. That's so sad.
My worst was Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I knew it.
Yeah. Very,
That one
very-
hurts. That one hurts specifically because we both bought that game at the same time, and we were both so excited for it.
Yeah.
And then we bought it. Look, story time. Me and JR bought it while we were on senior trip in our senior year
Yep.
of high school. We went to a mall on like one of the last days, and we both bought the game because we were like, "Oh, it's a new Spider-Man game," so we bought it. We went home. He played it. I played it. Immediately unhappy.
We shared
Oh.
the same feelings towards this
It was
game.
terrible.
It was garbage. All of it. The graphics, the web swing. I remember like them having like a featurette about the web swinging, how it was all different, and they would actually connect to the buildings and all that stuff. Kind of like, they made me think that it's kind of like Spider-Man 2, but not really. They're just trying to pump up that nostalgia in me, and then when I played it, I was like, "This is terrible." This is. At least it answered one question from the tie-in movie, and it was like, where did he get that new suit when he already had like this dope ass first suits with the orange eyes? And they actually have like an explanation for it, and like when you have the suit selection and you select the one from the sequel movie, it said that Gwen stitched up a new suit after the first one was like all messed up from when the lizard attacked. And I'm like, okay, I can believe that. Was it that hard to say for the movie? just a passing. I don't know why, but the suit in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 pisses me off so much. It's like, it's unnecessary, but it also is confusing on where he got. Like they didn't show him make it. They didn't show where he got it. They just show him with it. And they're like, oh, it looks like the suit. It looks kind of like in the comics. Oh, it's so cool. But the first one, but I was like, but the first suit he made from the first movie, that was cool. I mean, why change that? Did people hate it that much?
I actually kind of like that suit from the first.
Yeah,
movie.
right. Right. Yep. It was unique.
Yeah.
So I love the shoes. The bottom
the
soles.
Yeah, those shoes were pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. And the web shooters, I liked how the web shooters were like on the outside of the suit, kind of sewn in. It was pretty cool.
It looked good. It looked
Great. It looked great. And then they changed it for this buggy-eyed monstrosity.
Which, like, well, I feel like we're probably talking about those movie stuff. But,
yes. I'm sorry. I got too... I'm ranting. Oh, sorry.
This is a small thing with the second movie suit. I think our reception to it would have been nicer had the first one not been so cool and the change not been so abrupt. Right? Because I kind of like the second suit, but at the same time, like, there was no reason to change it. Well, what are you doing?
Exactly. It's a good suit. I'm not gonna lie, it's a good suit, but I like the first suit better. You start with the first suit, and then all of a sudden you change into like this drastically different suit. It's like they were trying to like play up to nostalgia because the Spider-Man suit always looked like that. But then they kept the spider symbol kind of reminiscent to the first movie because of its like long bottom legs.
Just keep going and going.
They just keep going and going. It's just, it looks weird when it's on that suit.
Oh, fun fact. I hated that game so much that I went back and sold it and used the money to buy a ticket to go see Godzilla that weekend.
Useful for something.
Yeah, look, it took me to see one of my favorite movies of all time at that point. I was like, alright, look, you were good for something. I wish I could have... I spent $60 on it and got 30 back. I felt cheap.
Fuck that. Stop.
I know.
Well, that was one kind of tangent. Anyway, back on the topic on hand, Spider-Man games. I mean, I didn't play this one, so like, I have a hate relationship with the Amazing Spider-Man in general, so I didn't play those games. So I didn't really play those games. It didn't appeal to me. Though I did play this like Spider-Man Flash game. It's pretty bad. I guess that could count. But you know, I don't. That or I know it's not a Spider-Man game, but Spider-Man is like heavily involved in it. It's Marvel
Rise
of the Imperfects. Yeah, it's like Marvel something.
Okay.
I know
another
heavily
game
in
that
it.
I got gypped on because Isaac kept choosing Spider-Man and I kept choosing him. He kept kicking my ass as Spider-Man because he's always
Spider-Man
swinging
was
all over.
overpowered in that game.
Oh! And
That game was so fun though.
And I was young and stupid and thought like, oh, bigger is better. I'm going with the Thing. And he's slow as clunky as shit. The only time I would ever hit him was when he knocks me down and he gets close to me and I do like this ground pound thing that he does when he's on his back.
That wake up.
That wake up attack. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh, wow.
It was so frustrating.
I haven't thought about that in a long time.
I never forgot. I never forgot.
Well, with all that said and done, I guess it's fair to say everybody's very excited for Miles' game.
Yes.
Everybody's gonna get it day one.
Yep. Probably.
Anybody got it pre-ordered already?
Yup.
You already know it.
I got release date delivery to my house, bro.
I was thinking about dressing up in my Miles costume and go pick up the game.
What, so I can give it to you for free? Stop cheating the system.
But with all that said and done, I hope you guys like this talk and tell us in the comments down below if you're gonna get Miles' game.